that any subject can be taught in some intellectually honest form in any child in any stages of development. This statement was written by Jerome Selma Brunner, which means even the most complex materials, if properly structured and presented, it can be understood by very young children. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michela S. Timpiatora, and I am the reporter at this afternoon. But before I will proceed to my topic, let's have some background about Jerome Selma Brunner. So, my topic in this afternoon is spiral curriculum. Jerome Selma Brunner stressed that teaching should always lead to boosting cognitive development. Brunner believed that teaching should not focus on rote of memorization or the transmission of information, but should instead aim to stimulate and support students' cognitive development. Students will not understand the concept if teacher plan to teach it using the teacher's level of understanding. We all know that the task of the teacher or the instructor is to translate information to be learned into a format appropriate to the learner's current state of understanding. This means that the goal of education should be able to help students become better thinkers, problem solvers, and learners rather than just passing or knowledge. Teaching should enable students to develop their critical thinking skills, creativity, and ability to learn independently and adapt to new challenges. Curriculum should be organized in a spiral manner so that the students continually builds upon what they have already learned. Spiral curriculum is structured so that students revisit key concepts and skills repeatedly over time, allowing them to build upon their prior learning by revisiting and deepening their understanding of topics. Students can develop a stronger grasp of the material. This will help students retain knowledge and skills and enables them to make connections between different areas of learning. For example, in mathematics, Mariel might first learn to the concept of addition in elementary school and revisit and apply it to more complex problems in middle school, and finally use it in advanced algebra and calculus in high school. And this approach ensures that Mariel continually build upon what she have learned already, gaining a more comprehensive and interconnected understanding of the spiral curriculum. Teachers must revisit the curriculum by teaching the same content in different ways depending on students' developmental levels. In a spiral curriculum, teacher must revisit the curriculum by teaching the same content. This means that teacher revisit the same content at different developmental levels by teaching it in various ways to accommodate the students' growing abilities and understanding. In this way, certain topics are initially presented in grade school in a manner appropriate for grade schoolers, and then the same topic is tackled in high school but on a much deeper level. By presenting the materials in diverse ways, educators can meet each student's individual learning needs and help them build a deeper and more comprehensive understanding of the subject. So, for the instance, ang mga lessons from kinder 2, elementary, high school, gabalik-balik rap in order for the students can have a better knowledge. For the instance, the 14 learner-centered principles were introduced to you in Module 2 and will again be tackled in Module 26. This helps you get a clear understanding that's more effective. This time, the 14 principles will be taken up as a means to integrate and summarize all your learning in this subject. At this part of spiral learning, it helps you get a clear understanding, thus more effective learning. For example, in science education, students might first learn about basic scientific principles in elementary, then revisit and deepen their understanding of those principles in middle school, and finally apply them to move advanced concept in high school. This approach ensures that students develop a strong foundation of knowledge and skills over time, and this spiral program. As applied in math, teacher teach algebra, geometry, statistics, trigonometry concept. These topics would teach from kinder to grade 10. As applied in science, the teacher teach biology, chemistry, physics concepts. It will start from grade 3 to grade 10. So this means that the subject, that the topics nagbalik-balik ra para ang mga students makasabot gyud unsa ang ipahiwatig sa ilang mga teacher. In the K-12 curriculum, the spiral curriculum progression is a mandate. This requires students revisit and build upon K concepts and skills throughout their education at increasing levels of complexity. Section 5G, Curriculum Developmental of Republic Act 10533 states the curriculum shall use the spiral progression approach to ensure mastery of knowledge and skills after each level. This means that it is important to use spiral progression in order the students have their mastery of knowledge about and develop their skills each level. Statistic concept approach in kindergarten are much simpler compared to the statistic concept in grade 10. Geometry concepts in kindergarten are much deeper than those taught in grade 10. This in contrast to the disciplinary approach of math and science teaching on the 2000 Basic Education Curriculum or BEC. 2002 BEC means that algebra is taught in the first and second year, geometry in the third year, statistics and probability and trigonometry in the second year, chemistry in the third year, and physics in the fourth year. In this kind of spiral progression, it allows students to deepen their understanding and mastery of the content by revisiting and applying previously learned knowledge. It enables students to build knowledge and skills development their educational journey. There are 3 principles of instruction stated by Brunner. First, instructions must be concerned with the experiences and contexts that make the students willing and learn, or what we call readiness. Readiness refers to the student's preparedness to engage with new informations and concepts based on their prior experiences and understanding. For example, in science class, let's just say Ma'am Rina discussing about photosynthesis, and Ma'am Rina start asking questions like, have you ever seen a plant grow? What do you think plants needs to grow? By tapping into the students' existing experiences and understanding, Ma'am Rina can establish a foundation for learning about photosynthesis. And if the students mention that the plants need sunlight to grow, and the teacher or Ma'am Rina can build prior knowledge and explain how sunlight is crucial for photosynthesis. By considering students' experiences and context, instructor or teachers can create a more effective and engaging learning environment that the students' readiness and promote deeper learning. In the second instruction, it involves presenting information in a clear and organized manner, gradually building upon previously learned concepts in a logical progression. For example, in mathematics, teacher introduced some concepts such as fractions. The teacher would begin providing a basic understanding of fractions using concrete objects like shapes or visual representation, and introducing terms like numerator and denominator. If once the student grasps the fundamental concept of fractions, then the teacher would then proceed to reinforce and expand upon this understanding by introducing different types of fractions, such as proper fractions and mixed numbers. And if the instructional unit progresses, the teacher would continue to revisit and expand on previous concepts and skills related to fractions, such as comparing and ordering fractions. Employing a spiral organization in instructions, teachers enable students to gradually develop understanding of the subject matter and ensuring that they can easily grasp new and more complex as they build upon their existing knowledge. As you've noticed, this kind of approach promotes retentions of information and support long-term learning outcomes. The last instruction stated by Brunner is instruction should be designed to facilitate extrapolation and or fill in the gaps, or what we call going beyond the information given. For example, to cook pasta, bring a pot of water to a boil and add salt. Once boiling, add the pasta and cook for 10 to 12 minutes or until al dente. So, the extrapolation in this statement, in this kind of example, the instructions do not specify a type of pasta so that the user can use their knowledge of different pasta shapes and sizes to choose the best one of their dish. Then the filling in the gaps. In this kind of example, the instructions do not mention adding oil to the pasta water, but the user may choose to do so based on their personal preference or knowledge of traditional Italian cooking practices. So, in this approach encourages the user to think creatively and problem solve as they follow the instructions. it is very important to have going beyond the information given. It's important to have enough information to have a better understanding, to have the user to have better understanding about the information that they will get. Again, this is Michela Estigatora, and that's all my report about Spiral Curriculum. Thank you.